Welcome, friends. We are so glad you're with us today on Let's Talk About It. And today, we're going to talk about friendship. The good, the great, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Friendship is something that I think that all people can struggle with. And honestly, in my life, I have shielded myself frequently from friends because I feel maybe like I'm a little too much to handle, or I'm not good enough. But I have been blessed in the last few years with a group of women who have become my family. These women I knew beforehand, and we were friends, and I value friendship. But I have gotten to a point with these women, and it was over time, that I have become very good friends with them. We'll text each other and just say, oh, I'm having an off day, and we'll pray for each other. Or we'll share a joke or something funny, a funny meme. We'll laugh at ourselves. We'll laugh at each other. Sometimes we laugh at our husbands, but we tell them we do that. So friendship is something that Jesus actually modeled for us in a way that is profound. The reason it is so profound is because he knew what these friends would ultimately do. We tend to protect ourselves when we think we're going to be hurt. Jesus stepped into friendship very intentionally, very purposefully, knowing that these men were going to reject him. We can only strive to be what Jesus is. May we model in our own lives what we see between Jesus and his disciples and his other followers so that we can model that in our own lives. Our lives will be richer, fuller, and more blessed. And we will have people who will keep us accountable in the important things in life. We hope that you will invest your time in your friendships. When we come back, we're going to talk about friendship. 3 women with big opinions, always backed by a biblical standpoint.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, "If you can dream it, we can create it." They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
When it's time for a new roof, Champion Roofing is your best choice. We're a certified award-winning roofing contractor, meaning your roof is done right the first time. Call today.
Champion Roofing, we're the solution.
Welcome back. Today, Kelly and Teresa and I are going to talk about friendship. Now, I know it seems like the 3 of us have been friends forever. And Kelly and Teresa have known each other for, how many years have y'all known each other?
Oh my goodness.
Like 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that long?
Have known each other 20 years.
That's awesome. But I'm new to the group, and we have not known each other for all that long. But tell me about your friendships, and how do you develop friendships, and do friendships that start quick always last? What does that look like for you? What's friendship look like for you, Teresa?
I say this, I'm in the middle, and there's these little orbits, and some are out here, and they're friends, and then there's some a little closer, and a little closer, and then there's a few that are
that's
like
really good.
close.
I agree with that.
That's how I view it. I feel like I'm friends with everybody. Like I do.
Because you're friendly.
Yes. Well, I guess that's an opinion.
You are. No, you're friendly.
That's an opinion.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
But some are closer than others. And I think my greatest example at the time, like right now, I have worked in this office with 2 other women that are older than me, that have been friends for a very long time, and they are completely opposite of me. Like, they are very structured, very organized. They're like everything that I am not. And
You need them, in other words.
I do. And well, they wreck my nerves with all that stuff.
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm just a fly-by-night, stop, drop, and roll. The bottom falls out. I'll pick up the pieces and go. And them, they're like, oh. But we have worked together for so many years. And, I mean, honestly, if you put 3 women in the same office, it wouldn't always turn out the way this has. But they are very, very, very good friends of mine. And I love them. And they are such a safe place for me. And that is so important. Like, I can tell them anything and they will not they won't tell anyone. They hold more of my secrets.
I love that you say they're a safe place for you.
They are.
That's really nice.
We need to have that.
Yes.
We do need to have that.
And that's what they are to me. And I actually said to them, I am going to talk about you on the show about friendship. And I could talk about a whole lot of friendships because I have tons of them. But that relationship, because it developed at work, and usually women in a workplace don't bond like that.
It doesn't always gel well.
No, and we have gelled and we have made it work. And I think a lot of it is because we have the greater good of ministry at heart. But the Lord put us all here, all 3 of us here, and we really... Not to say that every day is peachy, you know. I get on their nerves, they get on mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we just get
it's
over
relationships.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Kelly? I mean, living here all your life, your husband is, a pastor. What do your friendships look like?
Well, I feel friendship is very important.
Okay.
Our women's ministry is called Connected Sisters. And the reason I picked the word connected is because of how important I actually think it is for women to connect to one another. I'm not saying men don't need that, but women, they need it.
Well, God has given you a heart for women's ministry,
And listen,
so that's what you're focusing
women
on.
seek it because she has an enormous amount of women that goes to her Bible study. And
who are hungry for it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
The connection.
Right, that connection, that time that you can ask questions that, you might not know something that's going on in your life, that you can go to someone. I've really poured into my women to say, if it's 1 or 2, but find that 1 or 2, that you can say, hey, this is going on today, and I don't know how to pray for this, and I don't know how to get by, so can you stand in the gap for me? Like, that's a big deal for a woman to stand in the gap for somebody else that's going through something. We need someone to talk about what's going on in our life, and women like to talk, and so that's why that connection is so important. So for me, I feel like friendship, you've got to find 1 or 2 really good friends. I'm not saying, I love how you explained it. We have some out here, some here, and some here, and that is what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I love that illustration.
And that's okay.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yes, that is okay. And I do think you may have one friend you go to who has been through the same season that you're in right now.
Right.
And you might have another friend that you talk to about something different.
Right.
One might be somebody you go to if you're having a struggle with your kid or something.
Right. I have a friend that she is the one that I go to when I don't know what to pray or when I'm starting to get anxious and worried. She knows the word. I know she knows the word. I know she will encourage and build into my life. And we need that. And then I want to be that then back to her.
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing we have to realize. This is not one-sided. It cannot be one-sided. Grabbing and taking everything from somebody and not giving anything back is not going to make a good friendship.
That's right.
Right.
And I've had people say to me, I don't have any friends. and I try to gently ask them, are you being a friend?
Right. Right.
Are
Why
you
don't
being
you
a friend?
step
Or are
up?
you sucking the life out of
Yeah,
me?
and are you
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for someone to come up to you?
Right.
And then
Right.
when they don't, you're offended.
Right.
Or
Absolutely.
You have to reach out to people, and you
Right.
have to be there for other people
We
as
have
well.
to be open,
And
which is not
intentional.
always easy.
It is not.
It is not always easy. We have
You
to
know,
be open.
We've talked in a previous episode even how in the church, what if someone hurts you? That can happen.
Absolutely.
That can and may happen. But we have to realize we're not perfect. They're not perfect. But above and beyond all of that, friendship is so worth it.
It is.
It is.
Sometimes,
so worth it.
you know, a good friend will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And you don't always like the truth.
Yes.
And you have to just learn how to deal with that.
Yeah. Hey, the other day, this is so funny that I'm sharing this. I guess I had a little booger up here that got, and that friend told me, and that's a good friend.
That's exactly
Yes,
right.
it
That's
is. It
exactly
is.
Like,
right.
tell me there's a booger there.
Tell me I had spinach in my tea.
Yes.
Please tell me.
You know, that is the kind of friend that you know is a good friend.
That's right.
That, you know.
That's right.
That you can laugh with, cry with, share with. That.
And the group of friends that I have right now, we started a small group. I think it was pre-COVID, so more than 3 years ago. No, about 3 years ago. And we call ourselves the Island of Misfit Friends because we are all so different.
Yeah.
And we are at different seasons in our life. And we have just learned to accept each other. It's been really nice. It's been nice.
And, you know, us three girls here at the office, we sit at the table in the morning. We come to work to have coffee. Our first hour and a half is at that table. And years and years ago, I think Pastor Jim tried to break it up before because it is very poor work ethic, and we are very much aware.
Yeah, so don't do this at work.
No, I would not recommend. You will get fired. But he tried to break it up, or maybe we just decided that we should probably do better and not do that. And I'm telling you, it never lasts. And we tried it a couple different times. And we always migrate back to that table for our coffee in the morning. And I think that he realizes that we build relationship and friendships and things like that at that table that's priceless. And it is why we have been able to work together all these years without incident. Again, is it perfect? I know I get on their nerves. I have to get on their nerves because my skill sets and their skill sets are totally different in the way I deal with things. And but it's okay because we genuinely love each other. And it's one of them deals where if they talk about me to each other, I don't really care because they're probably right. But I know if anybody else tried to run me over, they would have a fit. So, yeah.
Kelly, in your women's ministry, have you seen the results of women connecting with each other? How many years have you been doing that? I mean, it's a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say maybe 4 to 5 years that
Okay.
it's really started to kind of connect and grow.
Okay.
But yes, I've absolutely seen the
Okay.
friendships being built.
Good.
And just the connection and reaching out to each other and building into each other's lives. And that was my whole hope and desire from this. And I see it happening. And that's what happens when you are able to bring people together in a smaller atmosphere like
Absolutely.
that. That
other than a
connection.
Sunday morning.
Right.
It is not going to happen on a Sunday morning.
It will not. If you think you're coming in and you're going to make best friends with someone and have someone, that's probably not going to be the place.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And we encourage you, be in a small group at your church. Find your one or two. It's not going to happen instantly. There may be some pain involved. Because sometimes loving each other can look ugly because we're sinful people. But we want to be Jesus with skin on to each other. We look forward to seeing you here in just a few minutes, and we're going to talk to our friend Heather Manges from Titus 2.
New Life Worship Center's tax ministry is in their 13th year of serving. This is an organization who will do your taxes, and they only ask for a $30 donation to benefit local charities. They will e-file federal and state returns and complete local returns for you to mail in. They can handle everything from basic family returns to rentals and property returns. Contact New Life Worship Center's tax team on Facebook or by calling them today.
We are so happy that you are with us today because I have my very special friend, Heather Manges. Welcome, Heather. Before we get into your ministry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Heather, obviously, right? My
Yes.
last name is Manges. So I am married. I have 4 children. So I have an amazing husband named Rich, and 4 children, ranging from the age of 28 all the way down to 19.
Awesome.
And in my spare time, I joke all the time and say I was a store manager at Walmart for multiple years.
Yes, you were. A good one, too. Yeah. A good store manager at Walmart. So tell us, Heather, about this passion of your heart, this new venture that God has you on.
So a while ago, when I was with the Walmart journey, He really just put my heart in the retail environment, but also helped me get in line and get in touch with helping broken people. And not just broken people, but broken stores. And that really just triggered a lot of things in my life as far as wanting to help people with brokenness. And through that, He taught me a lot of things with leadership. He taught me just things on how to equip people and just to make them successful for the future.
Good for you.
Yeah. So,
Good for you.
And when I tell you that is, during that time, He helped me minister and helped me a lot get in front of people that experienced trauma. And through that time, I was able to just teach them how to get through the trauma periods. Even though I was a store manager at Walmart, that was my mission field.
Well, and honestly, I think it's very important for people to know. Ministry does not always look like we think it's going to look.
Yeah.
Right.
You had your ministry began when you worked for Walmart.
Right. That's true.
It did.
Very true.
Yeah, it did.
But now you've started Titus 2. Tell us a little bit about what that looks like and what your passion is behind that.
So as far as Titus 2 goes, we work on equipping and mentoring. We work on equipping and mentoring women. And we help them through the steps of trauma and through brokenness. And sometimes when you go through trauma and you go through brokenness, you lose things, you know, and you need to be equipped again. You need to learn how to do leadership, how to help yourself financially, or to be able to even just regain your health.
Function.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is so profound. When you go through trauma, you lose things. Because we think of losing an object, but it's so much bigger to lose part of yourself or something in yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and we just want to help them regain it. So we just don't help them with the hope, healing, and restoration. We want them to be able to walk away and be equipped and be able to be able to function in the world again.
Absolutely.
And to just gain their self back.
Right.
And what does that look like right now? I mean, how many women do you have? Do you have counselors working for you? What does it look like?
So we have 12 people that joined our team. So we have 12 people that joined our team, and we have 10 of them that are certified in Time to Heal Beyond Survival Ministry. We linked arms with Time to Heal Beyond Survival, and she's the one that helped us get our team certified.
Okay.
And the Time to Heal Beyond Survival. So anyway, so that 8-step program is what we linked arms with her with. So we have 10 people right now that are actively doing classes. We have 4 classes going at one time, which is amazing. So we offer daylight and we offer evening classes.
Okay.
And we're located at the Nehemiah building at the old Wright School.
And how many weeks did you say the program is?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yes.
So then you start over with new people, I guess, after the 8 weeks, like that want to.
Yep. So on their 8th week, we do a celebration day and we just celebrate where they're at and where they're landing. And then we sit and talk to them and we kind of just talk about what the next steps are. You know, do you need more help with equipping? And if you do, here's the next programs that we have to offer. Some of them will offer, they'll take all 3, some of them won't. Some of them just take one or two, which is okay. It's okay, whatever they're missing and whatever's right for them. We have some people that walk away and they feel good and they don't think they need any of them. So whatever's right for them and what that fit looks like. So as soon as they graduate that, then they go into the next steps with the leadership. We have a leadership, we have a financial class, and we also have a health class that we offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So they go through this class, and this is mostly geared towards women, right?
It is right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
But you do have plans then to open it up for men too,
We do.
right?
We do.
So if I'm right, it's Larry Fulmer, right? We had him on our show,
Yeah.
and he's going to be the one leading that up for men.
He is, and that starts in February.
Oh, it's
Oh,
okay.
that's excellent.
Yeah, so
Good.
the first week of February, February 3rd and 4th, we actually have another certification coming through. So Sue Willis is going to come visit with us again, and we're going to do a certification. Our focus is on men. We want to make sure we get as many men certified as we can so we can launch that men's part. But we still have women coming forward that want to be certified and help lead more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's
Absolutely.
really great.
How do people find out about you? I mean, somebody who is real broken and has been through trauma.
Right now, we're using our social media sites. So
Okay.
we have Facebook, we have Instagram, and the WhatsApp app. And we are building a website currently, but that's not up and running yet.
Okay.
But I will tell you this, most of the people that are reaching us is just word of mouth.
Is that right?
It's not even, we haven't even announced our 2023 classes yet. We haven't made it publicly known, but I can tell you already have 2 of those classes filled up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have 4 more that we'll be launching in January. Yeah, and that's without even putting it out there.
What's
and
your
saying these are
maximum
days.
class size?
So we like to keep it small. It's a small group forum. So 10 people is we
Oh,
don't like to
okay.
go above 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so by Christmas, which is really exciting because we just started in September, but by Christmas we've already led 32 people
Wow.
through the trauma.
That is amazing.
And we didn't even start the leadership and the other classes yet. They'll start in February also.
So right now it's just the, I'm sorry, what is the title of the class that,
Time to Heal Beyond Survival.
Time to Heal Beyond Survival, okay.
Yeah,
So
and
is there 2 separate, like, just so I can understand, is there a class that teaches how to help, like a leadership, and then a class to heal?
Yep,
Is there 2 separate?
There is. So there's
Okay.
a leadership class, and that is to become certified and how you lead the Time to Heal classes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and then there is an actual survival. We call it the survival class.
Okay.
So, and that's the survival class where we're going to lead 32 people
Okay.
through.
And you have your own 501c3, correct?
So we are working on it right now.
Okay,
So
okay.
we have a covering through the community one,
Uh-huh.
but we're in the middle. Hopefully, I'm told by January we should be all good to go.
So where does your funding come from?
People.
Okay.
People. We have
People.
people just donating. We have churches participating and supporting us. And now our classes do have a cost to them. It's $80 for the class this year. In 2024 or 2023, the class cost is $90.
So when you say a cost for the class, that would be for a volunteer who wants to go through the certification process?
So for the actual person that participates, the survivor.
Okay, okay, so it gives them ownership.
Yes,
when
gives
they
them a
come
vested
in.
interest.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
actually think that's a smart thing.
I do too. I think
Yeah.
it's great. That's
Because
why I
if
wanted
it's
to clarify
free
that. Yes,
and
yes.
just,
You come and go as you
"Oh, I
want.
don't need to
and
be there tonight,"
Yes,
you know.
yes.
The people you have there are the people that want to be there.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I like
Exactly.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do offer some scholarships. Some people have donated some money and said, hey, can we just help with some scholarships? But we don't pay. If we do offer a scholarship because someone is hurting and they really needed some help, I think you're exactly right, what you just said. We want to make sure they're invested, so we don't offer 100% on a scholarship. We'll offer either 25% or 50% off, just depending on their situation, but still there's an investment there.
Yeah,
Because we want to make
absolutely.
sure, because what we did notice when people are in invested, they don't always come. It's really sad.
It is.
It is.
But it's just the way it is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so we want
So-
to make sure.
besides the classes that you offer and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually to the men, what are some ways if someone doesn't want to maybe do the leadership class or doesn't need to do the healing part of it,
Mm-hmm.
that they could help support Titus too?
We have lots of other supports that we need. So we have a prayer team. Our prayer team, so if you think about what I just said, we have 4 classes going at one time. And what we do with the prayer team is we assign each person their own prayer partner.
Oh, that's
wow.
awesome.
And this person, what's so beautiful about it is they never meet them.
Oh.
They never meet them, and all they do is pray for them through and cover them in prayer for 8 weeks. And then at the end of that, they write them an encouragement card. And what is so beautiful to watch is when God reveals to them things that they had no idea, but God will show them things. They write them that encouragement card and just help them. So we need people to join that prayer team because we need 32 people at one time praying. Right now we have about 18, so I'm looking for 14 more.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so ladies, let's get the word out. This is a
Absolutely.
great ministry. If you are watching this and you would like to be on the prayer team, connect with one of us. And it's just a great opportunity to encourage and build into someone who needs some extra prayer. I encourage you to look up Titus 2 and their ministry, and when we come back, we'll have a tip for you.
Hey y'all, it's Dano. Check this out. Hey, we got some exciting news. Dano on the Counter, Season 2 on Fox 8 at 8 a.m. Make sure you check it out.
I am happy to share a tip with you today, and it's going to be about food. I love food. I'm a Southern girl through and through, and food speaks to me. If I'm happy, I like food. If I'm sad, I like food. If I'm mad, I eat food. Food. But in recent years, we have heard about bone broth and how good bone broth is for you. Now, I have always bought rotisserie chickens, whether at the grocery store, at Sam's Club, wherever. What I have learned to do with rotisserie chickens and also with turkeys during the holiday season, after I have totally taken off all of the meat on my bird, whichever one it is, I will then break it down, put it in my crock pot, and fill it up with water. I'll add a little salt and pepper, maybe some chicken broth with it, but it doesn't have to be. And I'll turn my crock pot up to high. Now, I leave the crock pot on high until the water is boiling. And I will let it boil for 30 minutes to 2 hours. And then I'll turn it down to low where you get just a good simmer. And I will simmer it for about another 24 hours. This totally breaks everything down. You get a rich, beautiful broth. Then what I do, when I turn it off, let it cool a little bit, and then I strain it into a bowl just through a strainer. And I use that. I will cut up carrots and celery, use some salt and pepper. You can add onions and garlic, whatever flavors you enjoy, and I make a beautiful soup out of this broth that I have. Then I'll have it with rice or noodles, sometimes even mashed potatoes, because not only am I a Southern girl, but I have embraced my Northern roots and have mashed potatoes with my soup. It's always fun to create new things in the kitchen. And sometimes it's just using something you already have and making a whole entire another meal out of it. I hope you enjoy that tip. Join us again next week and let's talk about it.